Okay. I think we are doing it again here live on the thingy. I'm waiting for it to show up. Cool. Looks like we're doing it. We're doing it! We're back on. I decided to go to my computer. Because I figured I didn't know if it was my phone. I didn't know if it was my internet. This way we can at least know which one it is, I suppose. Let me adjust my white balance, because that does not look great. That's a little better. I moved my desk. That's not exciting news for you guys, but now it's in my living room, my messy living room. Oh, what is this? Yeah, anyway, I intended this to be a really quick live stream, but apparently the first one was terrible. So, FYI, YouTube posted a video, or not YouTube, but the Creator Insider posted a video, I think today or yesterday or something, about live streams and about notifications for live streams. And apparently, the way that they send out notifications for live streams is that they do it for the people who have rung the bell, as they call it, ring the bell, hit that bell icon. And two is they send it out to people who are active, but not necessarily haven't turned on that bell. And in fact, they even said, this was really interesting, is they said they send it out to people who aren't even subscribers but are active on your channel, because apparently, as we all know, subscribing is meaningless. So there you go. So if you're here and if you got a notification and you're not even a subscriber, or you got a notification and you haven't hit that bell icon, that's why. Because YouTube sees subscriptions as, oh, that's cute. Oh, you're subscribed? That's cute. Doesn't mean anything. So, fun stuff. It only means it if you're double subscribed, and then you get notifications. That's all it means. Hi, everyone. Scribe. All right. Hopefully this is better. Visual and audio. Hopefully it's better. I always wonder if people can hear me, but it seems like you guys are fine. I'd be impressed if Scott were Taco Bell. Me too. I had Taco Bell earlier today. That was a mistake. Anyway. What was I was going to talk about? So if you haven't seen the first like 10 minutes or so of this, or however long I was doing it, the basic gist is that we didn't post for the last 2 weeks simply because I second guessed myself on videos. Dylan, for example, was supposed to have a video last week on the channel, but I didn't want to post 2 guest videos in a row, so his video's on the back burner for now, but at least it's done. It's even uploaded, so that's great. Dropping a lot of frames. That probably is on my... Well, it says my stream health is fine, but my internet is always wonky, so who knows. As long as it's fine. Now the video is lagging. So it was the internet the first time around. I don't know what the problem is. I'm not like... It's not like I'm streaming. I wonder, you know what? I wonder if it's because I have my OBS settings set to like really... Yeah, that's why. I have my output set to like really high on accident, because this is not the settings I use for streaming, it's the settings I use for screen capture. Ugh. Well, there's no way I can change it now. OBS won't let me change it unless I stop, which I'm not going to, because I don't want to make a third one of these. So, apologies. We'll just go for like 2 more minutes. You've been following NerdSync for like 4 or 5 years now. You don't have to explain yourself and not posting videos. Well, so the main thing that I wanted to talk about was something that I posted on Patreon. Yeah. It was something that I posted on Patreon and I wanted to talk about, which is I want to change up the posting schedule again. Sparta's getting into stuff back there. You probably can't see him. I'm not doing a third stream. But yeah, I wanted to change up the posting schedule a little bit. Just to make myself a little bit less stressed out. I want to start posting a lot longer videos. I have fun doing the longer ones, the ones that are closer to 20 minutes or maybe even over. We're writing a video right now about Superman, and the person I'm writing it with, Max, who's been helping out with a lot of the writing on some of these videos. He's saying, or like, I kept throwing more and more information at him, and he was kind of like, I don't want this to turn into a 30-minute video about Superman. And I was like, I kind of do. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, wait, I have a posting schedule? You're right. I don't. I try to. I really do, genuinely. Like, I have a calendar that I, I put dates on and everything like that, and I say this video needs to go here, but it hardly ever works out. So, what I want to do, and I also think that because having like a weekly or multiple times a week kind of schedule looming over my head, it makes me not want to dive into the videos that I know are going to take a lot more time. That's why we haven't gotten like a Wonder Woman. Okay, Sparta. That's why we haven't gotten like the Wonder Woman Part 2, which I actually is about a 4-part series after I broke it down. It's because I know that's going to take a lot of time and energy to research to do all that, and having like this week-to-week schedule over my head makes it so I almost feel like I have to do simpler surface level kinds of things, and that's not fun for me anymore. So I don't know. There was a time when NerdSync used to publish multiple videos a week, effortlessly, flawlessly. But I don't know if that's my thing anymore. I don't really care to do that. I would much rather. I've said this before. I want new NerdSync videos to feel like an event, because my favorite YouTubers are the ones that don't have a consistent schedule. They just post whenever they make a video, and sometimes they can go months without posting anything, or weeks. Or Sparta's crying. You guys can't hear him. He's got a lot of energy, and I think he's like, he doesn't know what to do with it. So I'll have to play with him after this. But yeah, alternate guests every other week. Then you do. Yeah, that's kind of what the plan was supposed to be for this year, was having guest videos every other week, but they would be supplemental. They wouldn't be in, like, they wouldn't take the place of a normally scheduled thing. So we still have actually 2 guest videos. Dylan's is one, and we have another one that are just done and ready to go. But yeah, I want to post something of mine first before we go to another guest video, just because. Just don't have a JonTron schedule. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to try to keep it somewhat consistent. The book is not dead. We'll get to a lot of questions if the stream can handle it. I'm sure I'm dropping frames like crazy. Yeah, it's still telling me that I'm in like the red and the yellow. I don't know, gang. I'll try to close out of stuff, but who knows? No, I don't think that's going to help my internet, but you never know. But yeah. So what was I saying? I want to try doing a video every other week. I think that's going to give me a lot of breathing room. Am I planning something for my 5-year anniversary? I'm not, and that's actually in a few days. That's in 3 days. Is the 5-year anniversary of posting comic book. It's a weird anniversary. It's not the anniversary of NerdSync. It's not the anniversary. I mean, I don't know. It's the anniversary of the first comic book video I published 5 years ago in like 3 days or something like that. Have every special guest do something in 3 days? I can't. That's not a good turnaround time. I can't do that. I'm so sorry that my voice hurt your ears. But anyway. What was I saying? Yes. So schedule. I want to do longer videos that are fun. And involve me doing different camera angles, not just standing in the same spot all the time. I have a video coming up that I'm editing that has 3 different camera angles. I'm very happy with that one. It's very fun. It's only slightly it's like just tangentially related to comic books, which is another thing. I don't know. I want to explore stuff outside of comics too. Obviously do more Scooby-Doo videos, more cartoon things. As well. And, we'll still, the comic books and superheroes will still be a huge focus of it. But you guys know me. I don't usually post videos about, like, the newest hard-hitting comic book stories out there. My videos are more so about characters in general. Or maybe a story, but it'll be, like, ages ago. Like Kraven's Last Hunt or something like that. Oh, hey, somebody's posting. Is that Dave posting from the NerdSync account? Awesome sauce. Do a video about Scott Pilgrim. You'd think that I would have by now, but I just don't know what to do. Scott Pilgrim is one of those things where I feel like all the topics have already been talked about. Who knows? Nah, it's Dylan. Dylan's doing it? All right, cool. But yeah, it's me, totally Dave, not the amazing comic book channel Orms Comics. Good. Will we put Theo N on iTunes again? Working on it. I'll give you a quick update about that too. So we do want to put it up on iTunes again. The problem is we had some sort of weird error where if no one knows what we're talking about, Dylan and I have a podcast called The Online Podcast, and we're like 35 episodes deep into it or something like that. It's over on new episodes are on his channel or likes comics, something like that. And it's really fun. I have a lot of fun doing it. It's a good time. But we used to put it up on iTunes and SoundCloud and all those places. But we had an issue with Libsyn, which is what we were hosting it on, where out of the blue, it just deleted all of our episodes. I don't know why. And so that's made it a bit of a struggle. Videos cleared up a little. Well, that's good. It'll probably won't last long. But yeah, so we used to put it on iTunes. But yeah, all the episodes were deleted. So then, once we kind of relaunched it, once we kind of did like a quote unquote season 2, we wanted to re-upload it to iTunes again. But the way that like podcast hosting works is you get a small amount of storage space per month that you get to use. And since we're 30 something episodes deep, we can only upload like 4, 5, maybe 6 episodes at a time per month. So since we're doing about 4 or 5 new episodes per month, that means we can only upload like 1 of the archives every month, maybe 2. So we're trying to figure that out. I have Dennis the Menace on it. He should be working on it. That's the last thing I told him was like, hey, start uploading the episodes to Libsyn again. At the very least, we'll get the new episodes up. We'll try, and then very slowly but surely we can re-upload the archive. We'll see how that works. Who knows? But that's how we're doing it. It should be up. Talk about audio comic book, aka audiobook for comics. There are those. The end. As long as the money I'm paying does not go to nothing, I'm fine with whatever. Yeah, like I said, as far as I know, Dennis is working on it. I could check in with him. I don't know how far along he is in that process, but I don't know. I know that some people, saying, Nigel here saying, been subbed for years, I don't want to see the channel go down the drain of YouTube. So when I made this kind of announcement of like a change of just slowing down the videos on YouTube, when I made that announcement on Patreon, I know we had some people who said that it feels like NerdSync is just slowly whittling away into nothing and then it's going to be gone forever. I have news for you guys. I don't have a job doing anything else. I don't plan to have a job doing anything else for the time being. So I'm still going to make videos because that's how I have to pay the bills. And I have fun doing it. And as long as it does pay the bills, which the way that Patreon is set up currently, I can't make money unless I post videos. That's why I set it up that way. Instead of, it's not a monthly thing, right? It's a per video thing. So if I don't make any videos, I don't get any money. It motivates me to make some. But yeah, so as long as I do make videos every month, then I can afford to continue doing it the next month and the next month. But it's not going to whittle away into nothing. So, is the thing you said in your video about, in your stream about video questions, I don't know what that was referring to. I should plug r/NerdSync. Yeah, NerdSync has a Reddit, but I'm never on it because I don't understand Reddit. I'm an old man. It's not for me. Twitter's my thing. But we have a Reddit. If anyone wants to go check it out, I don't even know if it's still active or doing anything. I haven't checked on it in years. But if I come back to it and there's like a thriving nerd community that's like breaking down all of my videos point for point and whatever, that would actually be really awesome. I would love that so much. You can announce my video idea if you want. Oh, like the video that's already done? The one that you did? I don't know. It's fun. It's dumb and I hate it. No, it's a good video. Anyone remember when Scott had hair? I don't. What's your favorite video you made in the last 5 years? Ooh, that just basically means my favorite video I've made. It's a really old one, but I like it because of what it did for me and for the channel. But I really like the video about what does Dr. Doom's face look like. I'm sure it doesn't hold up. It doesn't. But that was the first time I think I dove into psychology, and I think people really dug it, and it was interesting to me. And I think that's kind of like a turning point for the channel, where after, like, from that point on, I started doing a lot of, like, more analyses and stuff like that. That was a fun one. It's not the best video we've ever made, but I think it's one of my favorites for sure. Just because of what it did for the channel. I'm a big fan of the Adam West video. Oh, that was your first NerdSync video? That's awesome. Yeah. That's a good one. The Iron Man fireworks one, definitely best NerdSync video, hands down. It's a top quality one. That was a hot minute ago. Yes, Dylan's video is Boob Window Part 2. Oh yeah, the video element for whatever. Wait, I don't remember that. Have we discussed that for the video element for the podcast? Have we discussed that in full? You just sent me a text the other day that said you had an idea, but I don't know. You said something about, I don't know, man. I was sick or whatever. Who knows? Yeah, I felt like we barely discussed it, so. I'm just going along for the ride. Was Thor a Nazi? You know, that's a fun video. And I made a really huge error in that video. And I also made a ton of really horrible puns. Like, not like horrible, like, oh, cringe, but like, kind of offensive puns in that video. Oh, old Scott was edgy. Boy. Great power comes great responsibility. That's a good one. Yeah, I mean, guys, hit me up on Twitter with all your favorite stuff. We're doing a thing twice a week now. I've got it scheduled for the next month. Twice a week, we're posting on Twitter NerdSync archive videos. Hashtag NerdSync archive. It's basically just a way to give our old videos some love because those are good videos. Basically getting a VR camera and the podcast will have VR footage, so everyone go buy a Google Cardboard. Yeah, go do that. So I guess we're gonna have the very first online digital podcast that is also VR. fun stuff. Yeah, Scott and Dylan in VR. You can just buy regular cardboard and write Google on it. I don't know how much that would help. Why is the Hulk green? That's a really old one. That's like one of the, like, I think that's like first 5 videos. Also a video I made kind of an error in, an error that even continued on to just currently. I interpreted those so early Hulk comics had him transform whenever the sun set. I interpreted it as him transforming in the light of the full moon. And that's always stuck with me until just recently when I read through the comics again, the early, like the first 2 issues of Hulk or whatever. And I realized, oh no, it's not the full moon. It's just whenever the sun sets, he turns into Hulk. And it's just depicted by a full moon. And so in my Spider-Man horror video, I even said it, but then I made a little notation where I was just like, hey, JK, I got that wrong all these years later. I like your month of X-Men vids. Did I do a month of X-Men? I don't remember doing that. I remember doing hardly any X-Men videos, if I'm being honest. I've had one X-Men video on the calendar for like years. Dylan knows what I'm talking about. It's one about Phoenix, and it's been there for ages. And I'm actually going to do it this year because I guess if that new X-Men Phoenix movie is coming out. Oh, yeah, we did 4 X-Men. Yeah, that was like an X-Men week, though. That wasn't a month. That was like we did 3 X-Men videos that week. 3 or 4 X-Men videos that week. Yeah, that was the real origin of Storm, Nightcrawler, and Wolverine. And then maybe somebody else did something. We did a comment response. That might have been it. But yeah. That was fun. Those were really quick videos. Those were all yeah, that was a wild week. Those videos were related to one another because all those characters were created like around the same time. Same with Phoenix. Phoenix was in there too. Very similar story. So we might have to revisit a lot of that info, but you did something about the importance of their suits. Yeah, those are fun videos. I dig those. I love whenever I love talking about superhero costumes. It's a lot of fun. I wanted to do like a costume breakdown every month to be like why this hero's costume is secretly brilliant, you know, kind of clickbaity like that. That's the other thing too. I want to like not have to rely on clickbaity titles and thumbnails anymore. And it sucks because like whenever I get really clickbaity with it, it actually works and people watch the video. And I hate that. I hate that it, like, if it didn't work, I would stop doing it. But like, I know people were very upset about my Justice League video because they thought it was very clickbaity, which, all right, fair. But that also has a good amount of views on it. So that's the problem with clickbait, guys, is that it works. But since I want to move into more of I want to really plug Patreon more and make sure it's more fan-funded and whatnot. If I'm going to be doing fewer videos, that means I have to somehow make it up by doing, you know, making a little bit extra money to support myself. I want to just not do it and title things kind of bland and boring. But yeah. We are all Justice Leaguers. That's also a video I made. I know that clickbait, I do think that clickbait is okay as long as your content can back it up. That's always been my view, but it's also just not how I want to title things. I don't want to title things boring, you know? I don't want to title things overly sensationalized either. I want to title some stuff that's like kind of cool and kind of like makes you go, oh, that's a cool title. But it's not going to be like, oh, wow, I need to click whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. If you guys have to sleep, please go sleep. I know. Why are we talking about clickbait? Because that was going to lead, because that's something that I want to not do anymore is if we're going to be doing basically a video every other week or so, then I'm just going to title things in like a really nice boring way. Or not boring, but you know, not sensationalized kind of a way. But anyway, yeah, it's, yeah. 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 Sorry, I'm just reading the comments, and I know you guys can't see what I'm reading. I mean, you can see the chat, but yeah. Anyway, 18th August 2015, nearly 3 years of Mopey, and I was subbed as Crispin's way before that. Yeah, I haven't mentioned Mopey in a video. I was gonna do a Mopey video for April Fool's Day this year. I never got around to doing it. Sorry. Remember the video? I panicked and edited really quickly, and then it didn't come out on the due date I panicked to get it done by. Yeah, release that. You mean the one now? No. I'm gonna do it after I didn't know you panicked. We set that whole date up ages ago. You had plenty of time. But yeah, I'm gonna make a video that I did. Or I'm going to make my own video first. Because I don't want 2 guest videos in a row. We've been over this, Dylan. Pay attention. I was going to talk about something. 2 things. The book. Somebody asked about the book. The book isn't dead. Yeah, we could upload it to Frame, Dylan, if you want to do that. We could upload it to Frame.io and then send it to the patrons for people to see if you're that eager for it. That's fine with me. But anyway, the book isn't dead. The Real Origins book, far from it. In fact, a couple other updates around there. Chris and I know Chris told me that he's done writing all the first drafts of all the chapters. I have to go through and like research and fact check and redo everything and maybe add some other chapters and everything like that. Cause I don't think, I haven't checked his work in a while, so maybe, the podcast is still going on, Kingdoms. It's on his channel now. Yeah, so we might have to add some more stuff. I want to add some more stuff, add some more characters. That's our biggest problem is finding a stopping point. We don't know when we're going to run out of characters to do, or what characters we should or shouldn't do, or what have you. If we're going to do, heroes and villains, or just the heroes, save the villains for a later release. If we're doing objects, like, if we're talking about Captain America's shield specifically, if we're talking about, like, Spider-Man's web shooters or whatever, or the bat signal, right? Stuff like that. We don't know if that should be a separate thing or if we should add that into the book. So we're just writing a whole bunch and we're going to figure it out later. And that's part of the next step in the process is next month, we are bringing on board a professional book editor, which is very exciting. So he does a lot he's done a lot of books. I don't, obviously he's a professional at it. And he thinks that he can really help us out. And he's a really cool guy. I met him a couple weeks ago and he wants to jump on board, but he needs to evaluate what we have so far. And of course that comes at a cost. And so next time I get paid at the beginning of next month, he's going to evaluate our book and then see if he can help us out, see if he can put us in contact with people who can design it, because I don't want it to just be words on a page. I want it to be designed visually like a textbook, very visually interesting, lots of colors, lots of pictures. I want it to be a superhero textbook, basically. So how come this chat is so much more civil than mine? I don't know. Maybe I've always thought that the creator sets the tone. Maybe you're just not a very civil person. Maybe you're very confrontational. Yeah, so he's going to evaluate the book for us. And if he can help us out, then we're going to move forward with it. Hopefully we're trying to release it. Fingers crossed. The ideal goal is November this year. Ugh. We shall see. We shall see how that goes. November this year. And that's a big part of having the editor. He's going to keep us accountable because he's going to be an active source that I have to pay. Every month I have to pay him a lot of money in order to keep this process moving forward. And that's going to motivate me to get the book done. And also doing fewer videos will probably help me focus on the book as well, which is also a good thing, I think. But yeah, we talked about the idea of doing a Kickstarter because this guy, yes, it's going to be a physical book. That's part of the reason why I wanted him to jump on board, is because he has, extensive knowledge and experience of printing, getting books physically printed and into stores, and not just an ebook that we put on a website for a download or whatever. I want it to be a physical thing. I want it to be a physical thing that I can hand my grandparents and say, "Look what I did." Not that they're, because, and I'm saying that because my grandparents are the most, they're proud of me in a way that they shouldn't be, because they don't understand what I do, but they're like very supportive. But I want to give them a physical thing because I know that that's something that they can understand and be like, oh, my son, the author, or grandson, the author. Yeah, I mean, yeah, why not both? It will be both. It will be ebook and physical copy, but I didn't want to stop at an ebook. I wanted someone on board who knew how to get things printed and in stores and everything like that. I can't answer any specific questions. People are asking about Amazon or like where else it's going to be. I don't know yet. That's further down the line than I do. If you see the name Scott Nicewander in a book in Barnes & Noble, I will screech. That'll be a fun time. I want to see that too. It's going to be in like a very niche section tucked away into a corner collecting cobwebs and whatnot, but it might be fun. Who knows? It might, yeah. No, I don't know where it's going to be available. It might only be like an online sort of a thing at first, or I don't know. Who knows? I don't have any answers right now. As far as I know, as long as Venus has Amazon Prime, then you should be able to get it delivered in 2 days to Venus. So that's what I think. Can you do a video saying when you got the book done? Yeah, I will do a video about it. But that's the thing I was going to say. Since the book editor is going to cost a lot of money, he estimated probably over $10,000 to get the process done. And that's not just payments to him. That's payments to designers to get the book looking nice and pretty. And of course, that is for his services. Depending on how long the book is going to be, he's going to make sure that everything is written very well and fact-checked and everything like that, keeping it nice and good. And also all the different services to actually get the book physically made into a thing. I think that's fairly reasonable for the scope of the project that we want to do. So, for that amount of money, because it is a lot, I didn't think that I could afford all of that by myself. I can't. That is a fact. So I wanted to do a Kickstarter of some kind. I was playing around with this idea, do a Kickstarter to help get the book funded. But I don't want to do the full amount of money that it's going to cost him. I want some of my own money on the line here. So what I wanted to do is go half and half with myself and the audience. If he's going to cost $10,000 or so, and we don't know the exact amount yet, that's part of what the first evaluation is going to be. He's going to evaluate the book, tell us how much he thinks the overall budget of the book will be. Once we have that number, we'll split it in half. I'll put as much money as I can going into it, and then the rest will be towards will be hopefully raised from a Kickstarter if people want to. You could reach out to some of your comic book contacts to promote it. Yeah, I was planning on it. Who knows? But I know some people would probably be more willing to help out than others. But yeah. I think that's a good idea. I'm skeptical to do a Kickstarter because I know that in the eyes of some people, you know, fan funding is kind of not a great idea. But I think for this book, I think fan funding helps me figure out exactly how many people are interested. You know what I mean? If we can't raise even half the amount of money it's going to take to get the book made, then I know, oh, this isn't a good idea. Then this, you know, no one's going to want this thing anyway. And yeah, I think that's just going to help do it. I don't know when that's going to be again. We have to first get it evaluated, but there you go. So that's the book front. There was another thing I was going to talk about. Comment responses. Am I going to get it licensed by Marvel and DC? That is a question that I will leave up to the book editor. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. This is, again, why I like the idea of working with someone whose job it is to make books for a living. Because they would have all this info that I wouldn't. How much would the fan funding be? Again, I don't know. We have to get it evaluated first, get a budget going, cut it in half. That's fan funding. Drake has done a guest video. He's done a couple. He did one a couple months ago about Wonder Woman's pants. Go check it out. The Kent video is coming out. I don't know. It's a long one. That one might be pushing, 20, 25 minutes or so. Really long video. Yes, full color print. And obviously we'll have, rewards on the Kickstarter tier for things like an ebook of it. In fact, we might even have a reward that's just like an ebook that's not dressed up, doesn't have any design work done. It's just, here's the text written out, and it'll be really low, obviously, because the big colorful printed book will be like the, and then just here's the information. If you only care about the information, then we'll have that like relatively cheap. And of course, like names in the book for like a thank you, that kind of stuff, trying to get some fun stuff. I don't want to do physical rewards outside of the book. Like, I don't want to do like, have a t-shirt about a book. That's dumb. So I don't want to do that, but we'll figure stuff out. Mentioning a character wouldn't, but since we want it to have pictures and probably panels and because we want it to look like a textbook, so who knows? Might need licensing. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But what's a fella got to do to see this book before anyone else? Well, I'm supposed to be uploading new chapters to Patreon every week, but I haven't been working on it. So become a patron, and you can get new chapters as soon as I finish them. Chris has like a bunch written, but I only post them after I've taken a look at them and fact-checked and rewritten and all that good stuff. So maybe an earlier book release for the Kickstarter or something. Yeah, sure. All just like I said, just like something that's very stripped down, that's not designed at all. T-shirts about books. Not gonna do that. But yeah. So, comment responses. I want to touch on that very briefly because we haven't done those in a while. And that's strictly because, again, I've been busy working on actual videos. I want to do comment responses not every week, maybe once a month. I think that's doable, especially with the limited amount of videos that we will be doing. We tried doing one earlier this year, probably in January or February, I think. And my plan was to stream it and then take the stream down and edit that into a video. But the problem is, even though I was streaming at 1080, I could only download at 720, which I didn't care for. I don't know. And then also you have all the lag that's built in, any sort of like weird things. It wasn't great. I have a new idea, which is basically to record it in snippets. Because I thought, well, what if I streamed and recorded at the same time? And that was going to be a bad idea. My computer couldn't handle that. So then I figured, well, what if I streamed it, but then also just recorded the snippets, you know, hit start and stop record on OBS or something. We'll figure it out. See, look, the video's lagging again. This is what I'm talking about. It's not that I'm having technical difficulties on that one response. It's that I had technical difficulties on it. But, and now it's just too late to post it because it's about like the Punisher video. And that was in January. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. What's a very large stretch goal? There would be an audiobook read by Kevin Conroy. I would like to do an audiobook though, for real. I don't care who reads it. It could be me. It could be somebody else who has a better voice. Who knows? But I would like to do an audiobook. That would be really fun. Put that on audible.com/NerdSync. It might be fun to get... Nah, never mind. That's going to be too ambitious. I don't want to do that. I was going to say we should get, for any quotes that the book will have, get voice actors to do the quotes. And then just have a generic narrator read it every other time. What happened to you mentioning that DK dabs in Mario Kart 8? I don't remember saying that. Oh, wait. That, yes. Sorry, I was thinking of my friend DK, but you're... Yeah. That will happen in the next... Whenever we do the next comment response video, I will try to put that clip in, if I remember, but... that will be in there. It will exist somewhere. I would love to listen to you talk about comics for hours. Oh. I don't know. I would like to. I would like to do that. I mean, it's not just like me being like egotistical or whatever, or being like, I want to read my own audiobook. It's just, I like it when the author reads their own audiobook because then it adds a lot of personality. You get to do things like if you've ever heard Aziz Ansari read one of his audiobooks, he's very fun with it. He'll be like, yeah, there's a picture in here, but you guys chose the audiobook, so guess you don't get to see that. And like, you know, and because it's their book, they get to be a little bit more fun about it. Whereas I feel like somebody else would just be like, you know, stick to the script. But yeah, dude, James, if you want to just like turn it into a clip, in some capacity and send it my way, that would be the easiest thing to do. But if not, I mean, I can always take it, I'm sure. Bark for 8 hours straight. And that's the thing. This will be a really long book too. But it'll be a good time. Could always have multiple narrators. Depends on if I have to pay, because that's the other thing too. If I read it, I wouldn't have to pay myself. I'm a cheap boy that way. Make it ASMR. That's what I would do. I like the first like 30 seconds would be like me flipping through the book, being like, this is what you guys could have gotten. Page flip sounds. Have you as the baseline, then get others as time goes on? Maybe, but I don't know. But like, why? You know? I feel like you just have one. Just have the one and do it right the first time, you know? But yeah. It's for a video. My hair pictures are for a video. Fair enough. Okay. I was actually gonna go get something. Yeah, I get what you're saying about the different voice options. But I don't know. I feel like how would we even do that? Does Audible even allow for that? Because that's obviously like the only place where audiobooks exist. We would just have to upload it like 4 different times. And that could be confusing. Nah. I'd rather do it. Here's what I think. Will the book be available outside of US? I don't know. Yeah, no, I'll be honest. I think I just want to do it the one time, the audiobook. Just do it the once. It's almost like if you want it read in a different way, buy the book, read it yourself. But if you want how I think that it should be read, then hear me read the book to you. But yeah. We'll see how it goes, but that's not like high priority at the moment. I mean, maybe that's just me. I've never been one to be like, to listen, and I listen to a ton of audiobooks, but I've never been one to be like, wow, I wish this had a different track. I don't know. For all the sexy parts. It's all sexy parts. It's knowledge, and knowledge is sexy. The book will be available at his grandparents' basement 3rd Friday of March every 8 years. Yeah, I have no idea how the distribution's gonna be. So sorry. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I've always been a huge fan of when the author reads the book. I feel like that's almost always the best way. Unless they get like professional, like super professional voice actors. Like you get a John Lithgow up in there. Hell yeah. But I think most of the time I like when the author does it. Put my hate on backwards. My hate will always be forwards. Yeah, have Stan Lee. That's what I'm saying, right? He would be fun. He would be awesome. I don't know if he would have much fun doing the DC parts. He probably would. Yeah, like a Rob Paulson or something. I don't know if Rob Paulson's the right choice for this book. He's a great guy. Same with Terry Crews. You know what? I take it back. Terry Crews is the perfect choice. Knowledge is sexy. It's actually Ravenclaw Pride Day. Oh, rad. He could do Wolverine. Stan would just improv the whole thing. I'd be like, Stan, these are the facts. And he would be like, that's not how I remember it. That's my Stan Lee impression. It's flawless, I know. Did I hear about the Stan Lee debacle? Oh, you're going to have to specify which one, dude. He's had 1,000. But I don't know. We've been going for 48 minutes. I wanted this to be like a 10 to 15 minute thing. With the audiobook. That's how it's gonna be. I do feel like Bubbles reading an audiobook would be a little bit much. I would not get Kevin Spacey to do the audiobook. No, no, no. Yeah. Who is this Kirby fellow? That's what Stan would say. I don't recall. Would you say it was John Kirby? I don't recall that. I will do. See, that's what I think is fun, though. You want, like, saying that you want Scott to read the whole thing in a Stan Lee impression. I think when authors read their own books, they get to have a lot more fun like that. Like, I would probably try to do impressions and then be like, nope, couldn't do it. And it just, I don't know. I think it's more fun. Jack Kirby. I hear ya. Alright. We'll probably end it. I was gonna say at exactly 50 minutes, but that's in 10 seconds. So, who knows? Hoo! Let me do... Alright. Rapid fire Q&A for the next 2 minutes. Let's go. Hit me with all your questions. Let's do it. I'm gonna answer all of them. Or you guys could leave. Either one's fine. Here we go. You mean the pink ball fellow? Do you love me? What is love? These are great questions about love, guys. I don't know the answer to that. Do I like cheese? I do, but I can't eat a lot of it anymore. I got sick over the holiday. It wasn't a holiday. Well, St. Patrick's Day, I guess. I'm just slowing down on dairy because it makes my whole stomach hurt. What is my username? Well, will I say your username? The Panel Show. There you have it. What did I think of Black Lightning? Didn't watch it. Where's Sparta? Somewhere. Where'd you get that hat? Amazon. Favorite TV show? Currently or of all time? Favorite new TV show? I'm really digging AP Bio. It's really funny. Favorite ongoing thing? I just watched the latest episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I'm reminded how much I love that show and how great it is. It is so good. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I love it. Are you going to the Infinity War premiere? I am not. Are you Taco Bell? Nope. Favorite Hamilton song? Farmer Refuted, just for the wordplay. I love the wordplay in that one. Do I like Nerf guns? I used to. I don't have any anymore. There's so many questions! Favorite comic book movie? Scott Pilgrim. You guys know that. Where did I put my hair? It's in a bag somewhere. Will I take the 30 corn dog challenge? I will not. Garfield or Sparta? Sparta, because he's real. Sorry, didn't mean to spoil that one for you kids. What did I think about the new Krypton series? Didn't watch it. You watched The Office. Is that a question or a command? I don't know. How many times have I seen Black Panther? Just the once. Meant to see it multiple times. Never got around to it. Did I like Black Panther? Did I think it was overrated? I did like it. I didn't think it was overrated. Murder. Yes or no? Gonna say no. Didn't think we had to put that one up to a poll. Let's see. Other things. I'm Batman? Sure. Favorite episode of NerdSync? I think we already talked about that. It's the Doctor Doom, I guess. It changes daily. Last couple bits of them. Tips for the balding man. Embrace it. The Rock. Vin Diesel. Jason Statham. Like half the Fast and Furious franchise. Or even more than half. Almost all of them are bald. And they're all super awesome. Embrace it. When am I going to do a Let's Play with Dylan? Bryce and Chris and myself are all going to try to play Sea of Thieves soon. I don't know if we're going to stream it, but we're going to try to play it. Chris already hates it, so that'll be fun. I've not played it. I haven't loaded it up. I thought it would be fun if the first time all three of us played, I didn't know what I was doing. Scott, you want to play Minecraft with me? No. Will Moby be in Infinity War? Hopefully Star Fox will be. He won't. Have I watched all the episodes of Smallville? No, I've seen like 4 or 5 seasons a long time ago, and then I stopped. Sea-Sneg? Worst pun? Well, I'm thinking about my Thor Nazi video, and I remember saying something like, look at his blonde hair and blue eyes. How could you not see it? And frankly, hate it. Hate it so much. Chris hates me, not the other way around. Chris hates a lot of things, but he loves the Big Bang Theory, so that says a lot about a person. Do I have a PS4? I actually just bought one the other day on a whim. I didn't mean to. I walked into a used gaming store hoping to buy a Nintendo 64. They had previously sold me a GameCube. I wanted to play Star Fox 64. They didn't have one, so I thought the next best thing was a PlayStation 4. And I bought it, and I'm playing Uncharted, the series. And it's good. The first one's fine. The second one's better. Let's all play some Fortnite, Scott. Haven't played it, seen a lot of it. I might play it eventually. Maybe I won't. That's not really my thing. But we'll figure it out. Wow, this rapid fire round has been going on for far longer than I wanted it to. What would be my superhero name? That's a question for you guys to answer. Leave your best superhero name. Hashtag Scott Hero. Earth flat, right? Nope. It's a diamond. It's a diamond shape. It's like a, you know, like that little thing that it floats above a Sims character? It's like one of them. The Earth is not a cube. You're thinking of the Bizarro world, Earth. Can I have hugs? You can. Not from me. What is your favorite question? Don't say this one. Oops! Should have put the don't say it at the very beginning. He would be the creeped. There you go. Nice Wonder Woman. Flawless. It's a frickin' rhombus. Rhombuses are good. Plum Bob. Plum Bob. These aren't questions anymore. We've gone out of the question rounds. Alright. So, I'm going to leave now. It's been like an hour. It's been fun. Hopefully we've gotten watch time up. Maybe this channel can start earning money again. Who knows? I have met Stanley very briefly many years ago. There's a picture of it on my Instagram. My sister was actually scrolling through my Instagram, and she didn't realize that I also met Tom Holland at the same thing. And she was, because she didn't recognize him when I first posted it, but now she did. What's my last question? This is, goodbye, everybody. I'm going to do the really awkward thing where I stare at the screen for like 15 seconds because I don't want it to cut me off in the middle of a sentence. But all right, stay tuned on the regular NerdSync channel. And if you're not already subscribed to it for some reason, hey, please subscribe to not this channel, but the other channel, NerdSync. And hit that bell icon, because apparently that's important these days. And if you want more notifications for live streams here, then also hit the, this is too many calls to actions. I'm going to leave now, and I'm going to stare directly at you for like 10 seconds. It's going to be great.